and welcome to another episode of Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. Today, we're talking about religious secrecy. Cases that should have gone to the Supreme Court of Canada, but didn't. Now, you may often see in American television shows and films priests or people claiming privilege about discussions that they have with religious figures of authority. And unfortunately, whether or not there's privilege in those discussions is not as simple as saying, "I told my clergyman, so now he has to keep it secret." And this is what happened to Jean-Francois LaBrie. He argued that certain information that he was being compelled to provide in a case would eliminate his right to religious secrecy because he had told that information in confidence to his religious person. I'm not quite sure what religion he was. He argued that religious secrecy should apply and that his information should not be disclosed or disclosable. The courts disagreed, and he sought leave to the Supreme Court of Canada to try to argue that he should have the right to religious secrecy. The Supreme Court of Canada denied leave. But this case raises very important issues, because religious secrecy obviously is very important. It's something that is important to people who have the right to freedom of religious expression in this country, and who have the right to practice their faith. It also discourages people from practicing their faith or engaging in practices like confession or other similar activities in other religions to make those conversations compellable. But at the same time, investigative bodies, police, and employers and other situations have the right to obtain information and have cases litigated on their merits. So some type of balancing has to occur. The Supreme Court of Canada could have taken the opportunity to clarify just where that balancing takes place and how it affects people like Mr. LaBrie, so that everybody could know and have a clearer understanding, better than what we see on TV shows that come from the United States, about what our religious secrecy rights are in this country and where they end. Unfortunately, that will be left to another day, and in another episode of Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada but didn't, I hope we don't have to discuss this. You're watching Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada but didn't. Thanks for tuning in to Cases That Should Have Gone to the Supreme Court of Canada but didn't. I'm Kyla Lee at Acumen Law Corporation. Thank you to Brazen Bull Creative for producing these videos, and tune in next week for another exciting episode.